it. Just kidding. I'm just being basic as fuck. Mason jar. Amazon. So, yeah.
Bitch, you thirsty, please grab Sprite.
Yeah. It's like whenever I get ready to film, suddenly I need a gallon of water. I don't know. Welcome back to my channel, Snowflakes. If you're new here, welcome to the Snowflake Gang. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. We are all special snowflakes here, and I'm so excited about today's topic. We are talking about acrylic nails, something I am super passionate about. If you know me, if you know Shorty, you know that my nails are what? Always done. My nails are always done. If they're not done, I walk around like this because I don't want anybody to see my nails. Today's video is just gonna be super exciting. I have an announcement. I have my own website, www. Why did I look away? What? Ew. I have an announcement. I have my own website. That's right. I'll repeat it one more time. I have my own website, www.lilshawtyburr.com. Please go check it out. I had compiled a list of black-owned nail salons to support in Georgia. Some of the salons I have actually gone to myself. I even posted pictures of my nails so you can get an idea of how they do nails. All these salons do amazing quality work. You know, let's support our black businesses. Let's support our black women. If you're new to the Snowflake Gang, we are so glad to have you. We're still growing. I'm on the road to 100 subscribers. Yes. I do mention in my videos that all my videos do have a giveaway of some form, but the only way you can find out about it is if you read the description box down below. So, y'all, you kind of gotta do something. I'm just excited, y'all. I'm just ready to get into this video. I'm ready to get into this topic. If you are interested in this wig that I know looks probably pretty crazy on me right now, I have all the information about it in a previous video. And what am I doing right now? What am I doing? Just probably looking ridiculous. If you're interested in this wig, I have a video about it on my channel. Please go check it out. But it is an Amazon wig, and I will of course link it down below. I tried my best. I don't know how to slay wigs. This is my first time. I messed up cutting the lace off of it. A lot of things went down with this wig, but you know what? I still like wearing it because it's just fun. Like, it's just fun to wear. So I wear it kind of often, you know. I'm gonna get into the videos. Now I'm just rambling and let's get into the video. Yep, that was a ramble. Let's get into the video. I want to begin this video by saying I am not a licensed nail technician. I am just someone who loves to get her nails done, loves acrylics, loves wearing tips, really appreciates, values, and is like amazed by the artistry of it all. So if you are a professional nail tech, if you're a licensed nail tech, you're doing some amazing work, especially if you're doing acrylics and you're doing freehand nail art and bling and all that stuff. I think it's simply amazing. So let's jump right into the video. The first thing you need to know before you get acrylic nails is you need to know what kind of acrylic is being applied to your nails. You do not ever want anyone to be applying MMA acrylic to your nails. You're gonna always want them to be applying EMA acrylic. I'm gonna insert an image that's gonna be side by side to me talking to you guys. So, MMA acrylic is a dental acrylic. It is never meant to go on your nails. The first sign that will tell you that the nail shop or the nail technician you went to is using the wrong acrylic on your nails is that it takes you like over an hour to soak the acrylic off. And when you're soaking the acrylic off, the acrylic is really goopy instead of being crumbly. So when you're soaking your nails off, always remember, tip number one, your nails should be crumbly, not goopy, because if they're goopy, it means you have MMA acrylic and not EMA. So, tip number one is ask what kind of acrylic is being used on your nails. Ask to see the bottle. Ask the nail technician or the shop owner where they're purchasing their acrylic from, and ask to see the acrylic be soaked off of a nail that is not your own. This way you can determine if the acrylic being used on your nail is going to be MMA or EMA. You want EMA, you never want MMA on your nails ever. The second thing that you need to know before getting acrylic nails is you need to know that SNS, that dip powder, is nothing different from the acrylic powder being applied to your nails. SNS dip powder, they're literally just dipping your finger into EMA acrylic. It's no different. Don't pay any more for an SNS dip powder set than you would pay for a full set of acrylic nails. It's literally the same thing. Don't buy into the hype. SNS acrylic is the same thing as just getting a full set done on your nails. All they've done is they've removed the tip. So they're just putting your finger straight into acrylic powder. It's no different. The third thing you need to know when you're getting acrylic nails is you need to, there was a, sorry, there was like a fly. The third thing you need to know before getting acrylic nails is you need to understand nail shapes. Because a lot of the time people come into a nail shop or they go to a technician and they think they know what shape they want and they ask for it, and the nail tech will provide you with that, and you'll be really upset because that's not the shape you actually wanted. So I'm going to put a chart up side by side of me talking that's showing you guys what are generally the nail shapes people get. Of course, you know, some nail techs out here are extremely talented and they're creating new shapes. You know, they're doing the spiral nails, they're doing all types of things now. But in general, there is square, there is squoval, which is like a square oval, there's round, there's oval, there's stiletto or ballerina, depends on what you call it. No, I'm sorry. There is square, there is the ballerina or coffin shape, depends on what you call it. There is oval, there's squoval, there's round, and there's like a really tapered almond look. And those are the shapes I'm most familiar with. I also know there's flare. That's a very specific, some people would like flare nails, to each their own. And those are pretty much the most popular nail shapes. Then if you're going to a tech who's like really out there and can do things like spiral nails and staircase nails and the interlocking nail shapes, that's a whole nother, you know, that's different territory. But when you go in, you know, asking for square, I'm very big on my nail shape. When I go in asking for coffin, I want those really nice tapered sides, a really flat bottom. I want that coffin or ballerina point look. I don't want them square. If they're square, that means you haven't tapered my sides enough. And you know, and I also don't want a stiletto nail. I don't want it to come into a point. You know, where the edge is should be flat, not pointed. So sometimes you'll go in, people will call it one thing and maybe another thing. So just always ask. Most salons will now have a chart in the salon that shows you what they call a shape, so you can know, because to some people square is ballerina and to some people ballerina is square. So you just have to know your nail shapes. The third, ooh, no, that was a third. Girl, Lord. Okay. The fourth thing, I'm saying four weird. The fourth thing you need to know before getting acrylic nails is you absolutely must know if you're going to be getting tips or not. So, some people go in and they'll ask for a sculpted nail set, and they can sometimes be under the assumption that sculpted means they're going to get tips. I'm going to put a clip right here side by side that shows you what it looks like when someone's nail is being sculpted, which means there's no plastic tip applied to the edge of the nail, and what it looks like when someone's nails are being done and they are getting tips, which means that plastic edge is applied to the nail and then the acrylic powder is applied over. When you are getting your nails, what was I saying? When you are getting your nails sculpted, There's no plastic tip added. They just put a guide, like they put a guide bar. It'll usually be a very thin piece of plastic. So they'll put that on beneath your nail, and then they'll just apply the acrylic right on top of your natural nail, like if they were putting tips on, but they don't. Some people prefer that. I don't prefer that. I prefer to get tips on my nails. I just think it holds up better for me in my experience. I don't know. Everyone's different. So that was your fourth tip. Just to reiterate, the fourth thing you need to know before getting acrylic nails is you need to know or understand the difference between tips and a sculpted nail, so you don't ever end up paying more for a service or getting a service that you did not really want. The fifth thing that you need to know is that all acrylics are actually not created equal. Some acrylic powders are better than others, and some acrylic powders can also contain allergens to some people, and they might not be aware of it. So kind of unfortunately, there really is no way for you to tell what acrylic powders you are allergic to until you just get your nails done. But that's how most allergies are. You don't know you're allergic to something until you know you're allergic to something. But one really good way to know that is just check the ingredients. If you are someone who's pretty aware of what they are allergic to, especially in synthetic products like acrylic, you should just ask your nail tech or ask the shop, hey, can I just, going back to our first point, hey, can I just check, your product? Can I just read the bottle? Let me just see the ingredients, because it could contain an allergen, and you want to avoid that at all costs, because all acrylic powders are not made the same. I know that some people think that, like, what's the difference? Why there's so many acrylic products on the market? There's so many acrylic powder products on the market because they don't all act the same way. They don't all activate the same way. They don't all cure, which means hardening under a lamp, the same way. They're not all aren't as strong as others. They're just not all the same. So that's why there's so many on the market. And certain nail techs will prefer one brand over the other, or a few brands over the others. And so you need to know what is in that product. So this is kind of me, really, it is a fourth point or fifth, I forgot, I can't count anymore. But it's me really reiterating that first point. Just know what's inside that acrylic nail product that's going to be put on top of your nail, because you really don't want to, have an allergic reaction when you could have avoided it if you had just checked the bottle. And I say you had to check the bottle because most nail techs and most nail shops, they'll put the acrylic powder in a separate container, because the bottle that acrylic powders come in, they're not that cute. Like, you don't want that big old tub, big plastic tub or whatever it comes in sitting on your nail desk. Like, this is not cute. Because nail salons have to buy in bulk, of course, to save money. So, you can't put those big canisters out on each person's table. They're going to put them in those cute little, they usually put them in glass dishes or ceramic dishes. So just ask, hey, can I just check the ingredients of your acrylic? Just want to make sure everything's on the up and up, because you don't want to have an issue. Woo. I hope today's video was helpful, but let's just do a quick review. You never want MMA on your nails. What? I can't even do a review right. Oh my God. Let's do a review. I hope today's video was really informative. I hope it was helpful. I not only gave you guys about 5 tips, but honestly, once you know those things, like, you're pretty much good. I just really wanted people to really just know some key, these are the 5 things you should really know before you get your acrylic nails. So we're going to recap. You need to know what's being put on your nails. So that means you never, ever, 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 ever want MMA acrylic on your nails. You always want EMA acrylic on your nails. You need to know nail shapes, because you don't want to go into a shop or go see a technician and ask for a shape thinking you know what it looks like, and you get something else and you're just upset. It's totally okay to bring in a picture for reference, because some people, like I said, might reference a shape differently, so you'll get something differently and then you'll be upset. The third thing is you need to always check the ingredients. if applicable. And honestly, if it's not applicable, you probably shouldn't be with that nail technician or at that nail shop, because that should be information that they'll have readily available for you to make you feel comfortable as a customer. The fourth thing you need to know about is you need to understand the difference between a sculpted nail and tips, because they're not the same thing, and sculpted nails usually cost a bit more money because there's more product that's being used. And the fifth thing that you need to know is that all acrylic powders are not created the same. So it's best for you to, one, look at ingredients, and two, just see how that acrylic powder performs. Some powders can be really thin and they can be a little bit prone to like little hairline fractures, which means you'll have breakage or more lifting. So just, just know the product. It's okay to do your own research before letting someone do your nails. And if you get there and you see that they're using an acrylic powder that you're not too fond of, you can always ask them if they're okay using a different powder. So I hope that these tips have proven helpful to you. I just know that when I was getting my nails done, I wish I had these tips. Actually, I left something out. So I think I gave you guys 6 tips, but counted to 5 because I can't count. SNS dipping powder is just your nails being dipped in acrylic powder. Please don't fall for this scam. Please don't pay more money to just get your natural nail dipped in acrylic powder and covered with a gel top coat. Please don't. Please don't. Just don't. Just get gel. Just get a gel manicure. SNS is not doing nothing else for you. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Okay? It's not. I know what you want to say, but no, it's not. It's not. I think that's all the tips that I gave you guys. If I gave you guys more, hey, it's good for you guys. I can't count, so I don't know where I stopped. Thanks for watching the video. And like I said, if you're new here, welcome to the Snowflake gang. We're still growing. We're on the road to 100. And I'm so grateful for every subscriber that I have, because we're all special snowflakes and we're about to make one awesome snowball. Bye, snowflakes.